Last night, I finally went to urgent care for my back. My husband was getting really worried because my back wasn't improving and it was starting to get worse. And usually by now, like a week in, I am improving. Each day is better, and it wasn't that way. It's like he would have to help me up when I got up for the day. And I was doing like birthing, breathing to sit up and stand up, or to make a meal for my kids. And he was like, "You're going." I fully realize I'm the problem. I shouldn't have waited as long as I do, and I did, but I shouldn't wait as long as I do for my own health with things, especially when it's a pain that I know doesn't affect my mortality. It took me 3 months to go to the foot doctor for my foot pain, which was the plantar fasciitis. And I struggle with going to get help for myself with pain. I just power through. Redheads have very sensitive responses to pain. We have a very, we're very pain sensitive. It's just a gene mutation. And then coupled with my high tolerance of pain and the ability for me just to power through pain, it's not the best match. So I'm glad I finally did go. And I was there for about 3 hours. Everybody was there, of course. At first, the person who checks you in wasn't very positive, since they don't do x-rays, and they were like, "Well, we really don't do back pain here." And I'm like, "I'll take a risk." I'm here. I've already paid you. So yeah, it was a muscle spasm, which we all knew. At first he was like, "Are you experiencing like maybe a bladder infection symptoms, UTI symptoms?" Because he wanted to rule out that it wasn't like a kidney pain. And I was like, no, I know when this happened. And I don't know if I ever shared here how my muscle spasmed in my back. I was sitting down onto the toilet. Now tell me that just doesn't make you feel good about yourself. And it just spasmed as I am in the sitting position. So yeah, I've hit that age apparently. But when he had me stand up, and he asked like, "Where on your back?" So I showed him, and it was like a grapefruit size muscle spasm. And my husband felt that it was harder on that side of the back than my left side. And when the doctor pressed in a certain way, my knees buckled. I almost fell. Like he had to re-prop me up. It literally took my breath away. He was like, "How have you been functioning?" And I was like, there was an option not to function? I don't understand. I was like, I'm a stay-at-home mom. I homeschool 2 kids and I take care of my mom. There was an option not to function. I'm like, I just was. And now I'm not. So he could see I was squirming to sit because I couldn't get comfortable. It looked like I was jonesing for something, And he was like, "Okay, I want you to walk out of here and not, be crippled." So he did a steroid shot and a muscle relaxer shot in my butt. Can't remember the last time I had a butt shot. One on each cheek, as it were. And it didn't go well. For whatever reason, it completely froze my body. I'll insert a picture I sent to my husband saying I can't move. It was like the bottom half of my body became so heavy and like numb. And they were like, "You can sit and we're gonna wait like 10 minutes. And I was like, I can't sit, I can't move. And the nurse was looking at me like, "You can't move." Like the pain from each shot was excruciating. Like the entire, my like waist down was burning. And I physically like couldn't move my legs. They were so heavy. So she was like, okay, I'll come back in a couple minutes to check on you. And then I'll send you a picture. Like, I was able to swing my body around somehow, like twisted, so that I could lean on the examining table. And I sent a picture to my husband like, ooh, I moved. So then they came in, and I was finally able to sit. They wanted me to sit and be able to like twist. And then they made sure when I was discharged to watch me go to the car, because by the time I left, it was way after closing, and dark and all that stuff. And they sent over prescription for steroid and muscle relaxer. The steroid I take during the day and the muscle relaxer at night. And so my husband's going to pick those up on the way home today, because the Walgreens pharmacy is closed for Memorial Day tomorrow. So he is leaving about 45 minutes early to ensure he can get to the pharmacy so I can start stuff tonight. But it's like down to like a golf ball size hardness. So it wiped it out, the shots. And it's like just an ache now, kind of like, you just walk Disney for a couple days and your whole body is rebelling. But where I got the shots, it's like bruised and extremely tender. I'm like, nobody slapped my butt until further notice. But it apparently it was a whopper of a spasm. And the doctor said, because he asked, like, what is your day like? What is like your repetitive day like with physical movement? So I told him, and he's like, okay. I said, I've been lifting another body since I was like 16. When my mom, luckily she hasn't fallen anytime soon here. But when for years I would be lifting her up by myself, I bust a vein in my eye one time from it. But he was like, your back has seen a lot in 20 years. So he's like, your back is just starting to get weak. And it's not going to be preventable. It's just going to happen. And this could be the start of it. So he recommended I continue with my back exercises, which I'm going to pick back up once I get the medications, because I don't want to aggravate anything yet without being medicated. And he said to get a back brace, like, not like a heavy duty back brace, like if I'm working at like a warehouse, but a thin back brace that is easily removable. But, when I am up and down doing things, to wear it. And then if I'm sitting, like if we're sitting to do homeschool, or if I'm sitting down for lunch, I can take it off, unless I feel it's going to give me good posture. But yeah. So that's the story. I'm grateful my husband pushed me, because now that I don't have that pain, I pat myself on the back for doing all I did while I had that pain. But this is just another one on my list of don't take this for granted. Don't take your back health for granted. My dad had a bad back because he was a contractor. So I saw what that pain was like. So yeah, I just, I feel bad. My mom and I were commiserating with her back pain, with her arthritis, which is now in her back. And I feel so guilty. I was able to go get a shot, and I'm on my way to be mended. And she doesn't get anything that fast and that permanent, because I don't want to put her on steroid shots. With all her various locations in some of the areas, they couldn't do it. And then with steroids, it would have to be okayed by her neurologist and stuff. But I just feel bad that she can't be offered something so quickly and so permanently. So yeah, I get a little guilt there that I put on myself. She doesn't make me feel guilty. She's thrilled that I'm feeling better. That's just a guilt I put on myself. So yeah. Okay, I've been babbling. I am gonna go now. Bye.